everyone, we are currently in San Antonio, Texas, and right now we are heading downtown to the Alamo. We have actually been there before, Matt and I have, but we have not taken Mercer, so we felt like this would be a good time to take him while we're in town for work. So we're excited to go see the Alamo itself, the museum, and then go take a walk on the River Walk, get some dinner and maybe a little treat afterwards. So looking forward to taking you guys with us.
Welcome to Peaks and Plains and Wonder, our family's creative escape. We're rolling through life in our fifth wheel, working, traveling, and soaking in the ride. Here, peaks and plains aren't just the mountains and the valleys we chase. They're the highs and lows of this wild, on-the-road life. Through it all, we're finding the wonder, these sparks of joy in God's creation that stop you in your tracks, whether it's a stunning view or a quiet moment. And we can't wait to share with you the ups, the downs, and the beauty that ties it together. So buckle up and follow along. Let's explore the peaks, the plains, and every wonder in between together.
All right, babe, you paying?
Paying. Okay, so we are downtown. It is crazy busy right now. They are doing a ton of construction. So we're gonna go in the entrance over here on the side and get ready to do our tour. We are on the Alamo Grounds now, and it looks like they've got some displays set up over here for talking to people that are kind of dressed in the original Alamo garb. So right here, they're doing a demo of how to load the cannon. Pretty cool. We're in the Alamo Museum, and there's just tons and tons of exhibits of really cool things like Davy Crockett's gun, which is pretty cool, from like 1810, I think is what it said. But then we're also just looking around at all the different things that they are putting on display. And wait till you check out some of these items. Matt decided that these should be his new pocket knife. If you know Matt, he has quite the pocket knife collection, and I think this would have been a interesting addition to his repertoire. So one of the displays in here, it's called the Campbell cane, and it is it's a handle, and on it was carved John P. Campbell, and he was the sheriff of San Antonio back in 1895. One of the neat things that we're seeing is there's a family Bible that was recorded, and it was from 1770, 250 years old, 260 years old. But it's got the nice family line, James Burleson, John Burleson, Polly Burleson, Jonathan Burleson. It's pretty cool. Behind us over here is an interactive, narrated thing. So they actually have lights that come on at each area of the Alamo so that you can see what actually happened at that part of the Alamo. And it's really cool. It does this neat thing where it lights up just the section that they're talking about. We're heading upstairs to level 2 of the museum. So up on the second level, it looks like it is a lot of the weaponry and different tools that were used around that time. What was cool is right back here when we walked up, it was all the different size cannonballs, and it just gets bigger and smaller based on the size of the ammo that was used, which I thought was pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go into the Laura Shields Ralston Gallery, which I believe is mostly paintings and things. So we'll see what's inside here. Matt and I both come from military families. So my dad was in the Navy. He served in the Vietnam War, and Matt's dad was in the Air Force. Whenever we see things that are reminiscent of the Navy or the Air Force, it gets my heart a little bit. So I was gonna show, there's a couple of uniform medallions or uniform plates, which are pretty cool. So from 1836. Another thing that the museum has is original letters. So there's a couple letters from David Crockett to different different leaders in the military. So we have one to G.W. McLean, one to John O'Cannon. It's really neat seeing everything in his actual handwriting, which is pretty neat. If you love history, this is a really cool place. It's got so much history, and just between the different paintings, and then even behind us over here, we have a replica of a Mexico flag from 1830. While we are a family who really does appreciate history and appreciate how far like America has come and all the cool things that it has to offer, like that's not probably where our like excitement lies. So we do tend to move through museums pretty quickly, but it doesn't mean that we don't appreciate them and don't appreciate what they have to offer and just how much people work, how hard people work to maintain them. So, but we're done with the museum, and so now we are heading to the actual Alamo to go inside. We made it to the front of the Alamo, so we get to see the structure from the very front. Right now there is so much construction and things going on in San Antonio, and I actually think there's an event going on, and so we can't actually get past this point right here. So we're missing the great shot that we would normally get out front, but we're able to see the Alamo from this perspective. And Matt and Mercer are right up there taking pictures. But yeah, if you haven't been to the Alamo, make sure you come and check it out when you're in San Antonio. We're here in line now. We've already scanned our tickets, so we're getting ready to go inside of what is left of the Alamo. So we're currently in the room where the women and children hid during the battle. And so there were actually two families that stayed in here. And when the Mexican army did reach here, it was all hand-to-hand combat. So they actually did let the women and children that were staying in this room, they let them go as non-combatants. And so they were able to stay in this room. And it's one of the only rooms in the Alamo structure that has the original ceiling. The grounds on this place are just absolutely stunning. It's so cool. Like they have live oak trees, and I don't know how old this thing is. I would love to find that out for you. But can you see how big this tree is? It's huge. And they have all these different branches, and they've got them all wrapped with Christmas lights. There is a whole nother part of the grounds that you can walk into normally, but it looks like they're setting up for some kind of event, and they've got it all blocked off. So unfortunately, we are not getting to see any of the really cool statues that they have around, but it is really neat. So if you're here, make sure you go around the whole grounds. Heading into my favorite spot of all the places we visit, the gift shop. So our haul from the gift shop. So Mercer got an Alamo sticker, so he can put it on his Today bottle. So you'll have to see that at some point because it's really fun. So he got that, and we got a couple of drinks, and then we got some Talkin' Texas trash, and it's a mix of, I don't know, a little bit of everything. Pecans drenched in a creamy white chocolate coating. All right, heading down into the River Walk area. We've been here a few different times actually since we've been in San Antonio, and even before we visited one other time, and we love the River Walk. Obviously on the weekends it gets pretty busy and a little crazy, but if you're a family and you want to come during the week or come during the weekday, and it won't be nearly as busy and it won't be nearly as crowded, but we're here on a Friday night, so I'm sure it's going to get pretty busy. Tea.
Tea. What do you get, bud?
Coke.
Coke and tea. All right. Food's here. Burgers for Melissa and I. Mercer got street tacos, and they look delicious. So let's eat.
I took a bite right when you did that.
It's still recording. How's that burger?
Mm-hmm.
They good?
Mm-hmm.
They're good. All right, bud. How were your tacos?
Amazing.
Yeah? Would you eat them again?
100%.
All right. There you heard it, folks. Approved by Mercer. All right, babe. What'd you think?
Last bite, so good. Best burger I've had in a while.
There we go. Just some fries left. Mine's gone.
Okay, dinner is done, and we are now headed to a place to get some fancy gelato. I wish there was a way that I could get you to be able to smell all of the smells of the Riverwalk, because the amount of food that is offered here is crazy and it smells so good. Even though we've already eaten, I'm like drooling over all the yummy smells. Guys, I'm so excited for this. There's a place you can get gelato here, but it's really cool. They put them in cones and they shape them into like flowers. So really excited to try this. I love gelato. We don't really get it very often, so this is a fun treat for us. We're all done with our cones and our time on the Riverwalk. It's about 11 minutes back to the car, so let's go.
There she is.
We made it back to the car. Yay! All right, that's a wrap on our night in downtown San Antonio. We had a great time, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch up with you again soon.